Hello everyone, my name is Nehal and I am currently pursuing my MPhil PhD in Jamia Millia Islamia in Academy of Advanced Studies. And I also work as a freelance journalist and I'm associated with Al Jazeera and Hindustan Times. And I'm also working as a visiting faculty at Central Institute of Language in Mysore. So I used to give classes occasionally. And I'm interested in literature, music and cinema, and I'm not a proper cinema expert even in my course or even in my teaching, but I stayed in Pondicherry, so somehow I cover lots of regional cinemas which gave me very good and clear pan picture of Indian cinema, including Bengali, Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada a bit, and Hindi of course, and Bhojpuri because of my native land. I belong to a place called Bihar. So I must submit that I am not a cinema expert, but due to this cinema capturization because of geographical places, I feel myself that I critically see the films, especially regional films. Thank you so much. I was told to prepare a small presentation of five more slides, but I made it 6 slides, and I come across a topic called new media and cinema. So though cinema is very commonly understood term which is not that easy to understand, but somehow we have some idea. But new media is very new to me. But when I come across the things, when I peel off the so-called definition of new media, I found it's very same thing which is coming and going in a single seconds of our life. So then it was very easy to understand. So my topic is cinema and new media, how cinema and new media is related. So cinema is a medium to communicate, process and contents, whereas new media is digitalization of cinema. Then I took a definition of food security. What is food security? Is affordability, accessibility and availability. So according to my understanding, what is the transformation from cinema to new media is the affordability, accessibility and availability. In new cinema, the very main thing which we all are, I think we all agree on this case, we are very much affordable to that cinema, accessible, and that cinema is very available to us. Then new media is a radical change in the field of media, and that is mostly technological. We already had media, we already had our cinema, but the technological change is very much advanced in new media, which is immense change. It gives free space to production and reception. Along with content, it carries effect also, such as 2D, 3D, animation, blogging, websites, cartoon, etc. Now I quoted Michael Wood's definition of new media. This is the question about technology was often called new media associated with digital, although actually believe it in now largely a matter of digital production and reproductions. Next slide. New media is a digital form of art which have content as well as effect. Effect is a new phenomenon in new media. The huge technological effect. It gives space to smell the cinema while using the option of replay. Sometimes I'm a person who loves cinema from my immense heart. So sometimes when I'm using the mass media or public places to watch a cinema, so lots of things I missed. And especially when I used to watch a regional cinema in anywhere, if I'm going to a place called Punjab, if I'm watching a regional cinema, so I did not get the option to smell each and every bit of cinema. So in new media, I got that opportunity. I access to Netflix, I access to Amazon Prime, and I stopped the place, I observed that dialogue and the action, the scene, and I always find cinema is the reflection of that particular culture. Apart from Bollywood, I'm very much particular about Bollywood, I hardly find that culture back in recent cinema. But in regional cinema, I found the culture which is coming back through the cellulite. So I need to smell that. So these new media is giving me that opportunity. Then new media pushes also from art to business making. If we see the cinema of 60s, for example of Gurudat, Satyajit Ray, Mrinal Sen, not 70s, somewhere in 70s also, we were very much dependent on the art making of the cinema. Though business making were also there, but now cinema is very much considering and taking as a business, as a money making job, which is very obvious also, but it is somewhere going from, it is also carrying art, but it is some people who do not have any art sense who are just coming in this field to make money. So there I think we should use it's going from art to money making. So the question is this, whether cinema will save its spirit in the era of gadget. Then new media and independent cinema. While reading before coming here, I come to know, because before leaving Delhi, when I went to South India, that time I come to know there is something called parallel cinema, which I used to watch, and whether it's Shyam Benegal, which was in Hindi, not in other regional languages, whether Satyajit Ray's films, whether Sabana Azmi, Smita Patil as icon of parallel cinema. In South India, I come to know there's nothing called parallel cinema. We usually call it indie cinema or independent cinema, and that is in the discourse. So in recent time, I found this independent cinema. In Tamil cinema, if you go, you will get the independent space of independent cinema much. But in Bollywood, especially after 90s, we were hardly had any space of independent cinema. Right now, because of these new media, across country, across all the region, we are having great source of independent cinema, and I'm very thankful to that. So, for example, before this new media, we only, if you talk about a foreigner, he will recall the Adur Gopal Krishnan, Gurudat, Satyajit Ray, Mrinal Sen, and Smita Patil. In recent time, Sudhir Mishra, these directors. But now there's a numbers of directors, producers who are using this new media and coming up. For example, I just recently I read about Pawan K. Srivastava. He made a film from the crowdfunding. First time I come across the term called crowdfunding, and I watched that film on YouTube, and it was very much associated with my own life also. So these types of new independent cinema is very much prevalent in this new media, and that is also giving huge space for the audience also. And then recent famous film called Village Rockstar, which transcend all the boundaries of this country, which everyone, like if I'm sitting in my university classrooms, people who don't know about that language, they hardly know whether Assam is difference between Assam and Meghalaya, but they know about this film because this film break all the boundaries. Then reception and production. I was talking to a media guy, and he was telling me, this cinema, the new media give one very good opportunity of production and reception. Earlier, there was on reception level, people were there to watch those cinemas, to receive those cinemas. But at production level, things were not like that. And I'm not calling all the span of time, but somewhere if you see a Bengali cinema, which is much ahead of its time, but there is a different kind of cultural domination is there. If you see the most progressive time of Bangla cinema, even then you can see the cultural domination. If you see Bollywood movies, there's a huge political baggage on the filmmaking and cultural baggage on the filmmaking. I was listening a Tamil song where the girl is saying what type of boy I want. So he should read my old love letter and tear with me, along with me with happy smile. So I don't think so these lyrics will be written by used in any Bollywood film. So there is one cultural baggage which is there. So I think things of reception and production very much eased out because of new media. Then museumization to digitalization. If you see, even in this institute also, every room, even on the door, there was a picture of I think Mughal-e-Azam, the poster of Mughal-e-Azam film. So earlier we were very much in the museumization of the cinema, like one kind of cinema, particular cinema, the ticket stamp of that cinema, poster of that cinema, and somewhere we were enjoying that phase. But somewhere this new media, because of digitalization, we are going like much ahead that of museumization. Even though I love that museumization, but film like I forget the film Garam Hawa. It took around in BA days. It took around 2-3 months to get that film. I got some copy. Even I read about that film. The even producer watched that film from pirated version. So those things, because of museumization, because of that film was not in the right now. It is very much in public arena. So I think this digitalization is giving us the opportunity to take any picture from anywhere. And for example, alternative media, YouTube, Netflix, gadgets, which we have, like we don't need to go to, like I was asked to sit, to wait. So I left one film for 30 minutes and that was about to expire. So I finished that movie. So I don't need to go to a cinema hall for everything or to a club to watch that film or from any regions per se. For any region, I think that's the most beautiful thing that we can see the regional films. Then the new media and promotion. If we just leave all the alternative panels like Netflix and Amazon, if we ignore that, so promotion is very important. And promotion, new media, I think firstly it was used, initially it was used for promotion. And later YouTube channels and Netflix, it come into picture. But promotion was very important thing in any form of media when this new media come into the picture. Then conclusion, so far it is tough to criticize, but it should be critically evaluated that see where this new media will lead us to. So we don't know where we are going because it's very, till now it's a very new trend. I think we see 10 to 12 years trend. So where it will lead to, it is very much indecisive things. So we have to think. Because both the institution of receiver, one thing I think I forget, okay, institution was not there, institutionalization of not there in new media. If I am feeling here, okay, I wanted to make a film, if I request this person, give me this video, I wanted to use it, I wanted to upload it on a Facebook. So this institutionalization is not there, if I am not wrong. Okay, anybody can make, there's lots of prank videos are, like people are just creating scene to make prank video. So there is no institutionalization at all. That is the one of the good thing. So because both institutional receiver and producer is free, so it may go in any direction. If institution is not there, I'm not saying institution should be there or not be there, but if it is not there, so in which direction it will go, that is the big question we have to think about it. Then, though I'm a student of political science and international relations, so I come across one theory called complex interdependence. So if you just take a pause and think how much password, ID we are feeding in different computers, mobile phones, and we have what we have to remember. So this globalization theory, due to globalization, this all are coming up. This complex interdependency is going to come, or I think we all are facing that. To remember where to save, whether into office computer, whether into home's desktop, whether into iPhone. So it is what password we have to remember, what was the earlier password, what we got changed. So these things are, even if you see the CAPTCHA, I'm just taking the example, CAPTCHA is getting sometimes more complex. Sometimes these days I found it, you have to add something. So this complexity is coming up. This might be a problem in future because lots of people I found they are leaving the smartphone and going back to the simple basic feature phone. So the moment you are leaving the smartphone, you are very much far from the new media. So that is the big question I think which we need to raise and think about it. And even I am facing that problem to manage all the accounts and all. So I think that is that one problem for me. So it might be lead to some big level. And one neoliberal thinker said that these technological things, it's somehow creating frustration on us. Somehow we are getting more frustrated, more less value people. We are not more focused about value. We are more in the quantity, effects rather than like I said, how it changed from content to effect. So somehow this quality, the internet and all these things, somewhere it is taking us to effect, and somewhere we are leaving the content. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nehal. I just want to know, Nehal, that just need your opinion.
Yeah.
That do you think that with the advent of new media, does it affect the art in cinema in some way, in the positive way or the negative way? Emergence of new media.
Yes, for sure it affects, even in positive, even in negative.
Can you explain one example?
For example, when we are adopting a very celebrated idea of liberalism. So when we are adopting that idea, for example, I'm just taking an example of an American woman. In the name of liberalism, while she was pregnant, she started taking drugs. So because she is liberal woman, she can take the drugs. That is affecting the baby. When baby got birth, so that baby need drug dose. Otherwise, that baby could die. So in cinema also, we have that balance. We need that balance. And that again, we don't, I think we don't want another censor board to, or another institution to check whether this should be there or not. So I think this change, we cannot put any curb on that. So I think it should be on every individual common and legal sense that we should have check on, keep eye on that, keep check on it while we are making any form of cinema, even in pornography.
निहाल, एक क्वेश्चन मैं पूछना चाह रहा हूँ आपसे, थोड़ा टेक्निकल है. आजकल बहुत सारे यूट्यूबर्स जो हैं, ठीक है ना, यूट्यूब एक न्यू मीडिया का एक बहुत बड़ा मीडियम है. तो यूट्यूबर्स क्या करते हैं, अपने फिल्म्स को या अपनी वीडियोस को ट्रेंड कराते हैं, ठीक है ना. तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि आपसे कोई स्टूडेंट पूछे कि वो तरीके क्या है, वो टूल्स क्या हैं अपने वीडियोस को ट्रेंड करने के. तो आप कुछ बताना चाहोगे इसके बारे में?
जैसे अभी मैं एक स्क्रॉल कर रहा था फेसबुक पे, तो एक ऐसा आर्टिकल आया था जो मेरे पॉलिटिकल आइडियोलॉजी के, मतलब अगर वो मैं शेयर करूं तो मेरा पॉलिटिकल आइडियोलॉजी को एक सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलेगा. तो मैं अभी नीचे बैठा था आपके कमरे में, तो मुझे ध्यान आया, मैंने स्क्रॉल कर दिया, पर मुझे लगा कि नहीं, मुझे इसको शेयर करना चाहिए क्योंकि मैं उस पॉलिटिकल आइडियोलॉजी की का सेटिस्फेक्शन चाहता हूँ. तो आई थिंक जो एक अगर हम बहुत इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज तरीके पे जाए तो साइबर आर्मी इस तरह का लोग यूज़ करते हैं. प्लस जैसे मेरे फ्रेंड का भाई है, उसने एक गेम बनाया, तो उसने मुझे मेरे फ्रेंड ने मुझे मैसेज किया कि इसको बस तुम डाउनलोड करो और डिलीट करो. तो आई थिंक अगर मेरे लेवल पे, अगर एज ए स्टूडेंट लेवल पे, इस लेवल पे अगर आप मुझसे पूछेंगे तो आई थिंक दिस इज द वे कि मैं लोगों को बोलूँ, शेयर करूँ, बताऊँ. फिर इंस्टीट्यूशन लेवल पे जब बात करेंगे तो फिर मेरे पास अगर मैं उस पोजीशन में हूँ, मेरे पास साइबर आर्मी है, तो मैं गिव माय साइबर आर्मी दिस जॉब टू डू. सो वहाँ से शायद ट्रेंड का ऑप्शन इजी हो जाएगा.
थैंक यू.
थैंक यू.
Thanks, Nehal.